Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. Today I'm still in my Christmas in July mode. I'm going to be making these really awesome little mini junk journals, and I'm going to show you a way that you can get individuals interested in junk journals just by simply giving them this really cute junk journal. And it has like craft paper on the inside for, you know, journaling. It's strictly a journaling type of journal. And yeah, so basically it's 6x6 paper that we're going to be using, and it's just a great little gift that you can give to someone that may be a journaler, may not be a journaler, and you're introducing them into the junk journal world without it being so over the top that they're like, what is this? So these are just some really cute notebooks that I made. They're strictly for journaling. They have no stamping or anything in it. They're just craft paper that I had on hand. And of course I purchased those craft papers thinking that they were self-adhesive craft paper, and they're all just 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, and they look like this. Okay, so here is an example of what they look like. So this is just copy weights type of paper that just happens to be craft. So I thought they were self-adhesive when I purchased them. I did not read the description on Amazon, but these are just 8.5 by 11 sheets of craft paper that you can run it through your printer, and it's copy weight. So what I've done was I've used them up because I was like, what am I going to do with this craft paper? I mean, I've been using it here and there just for like my prototypes and like drawing out my prototypes onto paper, you know. So yeah, I just thought that this would be a great way to introduce someone to junk journaling without it being so like in your face, like, you know, the world of junk journaling. So this is just 6x6 paper that I used up to make these little journals. I took 2 sheets of 6x6 to make each one of these. So let's just go ahead and make one. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so to begin with, you're going to take your 2 sheets of 6x6. This was just 12 by 12 paper that I cut up into strips, into 4x4, 6x6. So I made four sheets out of each 12 by 12 page. And so here's what I have. So I have this pattern on one side, this pattern on the other side. And what you want to decide is which one's going to be your cover and which one's going to be the back of your little notebook. And you want to score this at 2.5. So let me just grab my little scoreboard. You know, I cleaned my room today and I just had my scoreboard. I mean, I literally just made these. So where's my scoreboard? All right, so okay, I found it. All right. So you're going to decide which is your front, which is your back. Make sure if you have directional paper, the page is facing up. And I put my papers together this way. So your inside is facing the inside of this one. All right, and I'm just going to score at, what did I say? 1.5? Sure. Let's do that. Let's score it. Let's score it right here at 1.5. I think I said 2.5 earlier. Don't mind me. It's 1.5. All right. These books measure 4.5 by 6. So you're going to score at 1.5 on both of these. So when you're done with that, you're going to then take your 2 sheets of paper. This is my score marks at 1.5. And you're just going to slide them into each other like so. Okay. So now part of your cover has this pretty pattern from the back. Okay, and that's all you need your scoreboard for. And then you just want to make sure you get a nice tight crease on that 1.5 mark. All right, and then I'm going to take my corner rounder. I want my corners rounded, so this is pretty thick Christmas paper, you know, cardstock. It's probably a little bit thicker than 160 GSM, maybe 175. So yeah, I just individually ran them through my corner rounder on the large setting, so about 10 millimeters. Okay, so now you have this and this. All right, and again, I'm using that pretty craft paper that otherwise would not be used up for anything in particular. I wasn't saving it for any type of project. So this right here is just 5 sheets of that craft paper. I cut it at 5.5 because it's 8.5 by 11, right? So I just cut it down to 5.5 and folded it on the half side. So that's what I got here. Okay, so this will be my signature. And to put this together, I'm just using some Fabrifix glue. Actually, I'm going to use a little bit of this Avery glue stick. Put my little silicone mat down. I'm just going to get some glue on here in the center of my back cover. So I glued about 1.5 inches on both sides of the crease that we made, and then I'm just going to put in some Fabrifix glue on top of that. You don't need a lot, just enough to get it adhered to the front cover. Okay, and then you're just going to place your front cover right on the crease of the back cover. Get it all lined up nice and even, and then fold it up. Alright, I'm going to again use my bone folder just to get that excess glue out of the center, and whatever is squeezing out, just wipe it away with the dry wipes. It'll make your life a lot easier down the road. Okay, so now we have this. I mean, so simple, so easy. Okay, and next I'm just going to take my signature and size it up in the middle here. So again, this is just that 8.5 by 11 paper that's been cut down. And when you cut your paper, if you did not cut it evenly, now is the time to like really go in and even up your edges and stuff like that. So I'm just going to use my giant Tim Holtz snips right here and just even up this page so it's even on both sides. You know, when you cut paper individually, sometimes you end up with it slightly off when you cut at 6 inches. Trying to get 6 inches on both sheets of paper is not as easy as it appears, but it can happen. It's doable. I'm just getting a little bit more Fabrifix down here underneath this front lid, the front cover that's attached to the back. Okay, and if you want to ink it, I mean, inking is really it's your preference, so it's not necessary, but I think that's part of what makes it a junk journal, so much so that, you know, you don't have to ink it too much to grunge it up a whole lot, but when you ink the edges off of the, you know, like the white edges off of the sides of a book, it just makes it look a little bit more finished, and it also brings in that junk journal feel to it. So, and this is pretty grungy paper in itself, like, you know, this is some really nice Christmas paper. Again, I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. It was super cheap. It was about $5, down from 24, I think, or so. So yeah, I got a really large paper pack on the cheap. And then you just want to sit your signature in the crease of this little tiny notebook. And I'm using my little foamy packaging that I normally use to staple my books together. And I'm just using standard staples, going in using a 3 staple method here. Okay. And that did not puncture my desk at all. It went through this packaging foam. So that's helpful. And next I'll just take my little bone folder and close up these staples, straighten them up so they don't injure the person that you're giving it to. Okay. And be very careful that you guys don't hurt yourself in the process. All right, so let's straighten all of these up so that they're nice and even. And then you close up your little journal. Super simple, right, guys? I mean, so far, so simple. All right, and this is just, again, 5 sheets of paper. It becomes 20 because each side of the page is writable, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the first half of the book, and then you got 10 more back here. So that's like 20 pages that an individual can write on if you give this as a gift, right? So again, we're just introducing Christmas gifts to someone who has no idea what junk journals are. And you can give this gift with like maybe a stack of stamps or some stencils or even some stickers or some washi tape. Like you can, you know, take a little card like this, wrap it in your Christmas paper, right? And then just wrap some washi around it and give this as a gift to someone, and now they have something to play with and as they're learning to journal or accepting junk journaling as a craft, right? So next I went ahead and just put on some ribbon. So I have lots and lots of ribbon that I actually had to reorganize today because I stepped on my ribbon spool little carrier thing. It's like a little rack that keeps all of my ribbon, and all of it went tumbling down. I had a major craft-a-lanch here in the craft room, which caused me to reorganize my ribbon. All right, so I'm gonna go get some really pretty ribbon to go on this junk journal, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I went and grabbed some more of this red gingham ribbon, and I pulled out some of this really pretty gold rickrack. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use Fabrifix glue again just to glue down the ribbon. And again, Fabrifix is good for paper to paper, paper to fabric, and then fabric to fabric. Is that right? Fabric to paper? I mean, it's silicone glue, so it basically glues any combination of that right there. So yeah, fabric to fabric, paper to paper, and paper to fabric. All right. And I cut my ribbon into 6-inch strips. And yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit more glue here on the edge of the red gingham ribbon for my rickrack. And there we have that. Okay, this is going to take a couple minutes to dry, so I'm just going to let that dry on its own before I go cutting off the edges, because I did cut it slightly too long. So it's about maybe not even a quarter of an inch. It's just a smidgen too long. So all right, I will cut that off. And clean up my glue. So there we have this. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the others that I made. These are super simple. All right, this one has gingham again with those little cute red trucks, which totally represents Christmas. I love little red trucks. Here's another one with some black and white gingham and some lace, the crochet lace. So that's really cute. And this one's some traditional ribbon. This is really old ribbon that I had. I don't even know when I got this, but it's so pretty, and it's very transparent. So what I did was I just basically took this, I think it's like 3 inches. It's about 2-inch ribbon. So I just folded this over in half in order to make this. Okay, so really simple. And then I just added some pretty gold ribbon on top of that. So I hope you guys give this project a try. You guys, I am so thankful for all of my new subscribers. I just want to thank you guys all for subscribing to my channel, looking at my videos, staying to the end, and commenting. Commenting is like really big for me. I respond to all my comments, and you know, I read every single one of your comments, and I really appreciate all of you guys being here. So I just want to thank you all for hanging out with me, you know, in my craft room while I'm doing what I do and just playing with paper and glue. So I want to thank you guys for having the time to stick around and watch my videos. So have a crafty day, guys. Stay naturally curious. We're on our way to 500 subscribers. So thank you. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Stay naturally curious. Bye.
First day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
Music licensing reimagined.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me